2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Hands it off out of the gun. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game. Make them.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Winston now. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
For Pierce out of the gun.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
They'll run here with Pierce.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Damian Pierce
with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd.
Picked off by Kyle Fuller. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Following the interception, Winston. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty.
And the Titans will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. For this offense, yeah, they keep wanting more, but they kind of got to be careful here, CD. I mean, we're still in the 3rd quarter. This game isn't over yet.
I would agree with you there because while they've had all kinds of success and hit on some deep balls like this, The one thing they can't do is start to get loose with the football. A lot of time left, as you mentioned, and if they keep turning it over, they'll bring them back into the game.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into the...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Well, Charles, you got a quarterback out of the pocket, try to make a play, and you get it, but instead he ends up throwing it to the other team.
And, partners, we know to be successful in this league, number one, you're going to have to be able to make plays on the perimeter or when the pocket breaks down. But number two, you've got to make smart decisions with the football. And that time, that simply was not a smart decision.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On play action, Winston. And that is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Play fake, Winston. Flush to his right. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Jameis now on 1st down.
They're going right back to Pittman.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Again, it's Pierce. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Here's Pierce. Touchdown, Houston. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield now. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett. The 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a...
And now here is another interception. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Well, it's pretty rare that you see a ball game decided by this wide of a margin, and now it gets, Charles, even wider after that pick 6. They've done everything right on that sideline.
I think we can safely say that not only is the scoreboard, right, the gap big there, now everyone's just looking for stat pattern, right? Do I get a chance to make a big play? Can I get a takeaway? Can I go ahead and put the ball in the end zone? That's what these guys are all talking to each other about now with a lead this big.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield, he's going to take another shot here. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
First and 10, it's Pierce. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Options galore here, second and a few inches.
To throw, Winston. Rolling to his right. And, Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked by his former FSU teammate, Jalen Ramsey.
And the Titans will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw complete there to Johnson.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Throwing, Mayfield. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
18's the mic. Check, 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 check. Mike 18, Mike 18.
Third and long for Mayfield. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Linval Joseph in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down.
We call that sack block.
Desperation time. Mayfield on fourth down. And now here is another interception.
And the Texans will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They're looking to throw this. Winston.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my. 44 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up four fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5.
41 Mike.
Here's Winston completing a quick throw out wide. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on first and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.